Okay, hello everyone. I already recorded one of these, but welcome back to the OnlyFans Football Podcast YouTube channel. I recorded a video earlier reacting to the draw live, and I was like, this is too long. I'm not editing this. So I'm just going to throw a straight reaction off the cuff. Just watched it. It was excruciatingly long at the start, for a start. I don't know what Yaya Toure and Alton Top were doing, talking for like 20 minutes. Could have been avoided. Again, uefa and their long draws, but yeah, unfortunately Andy's not here reacting to this one with me. He was on holidays and jet lag and such and tired. So I said, give him the day off. I'm just going to react to what I seen. Firstly, Group A, what a start. You know, Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, Rangers, what a group that is. That is an unbelievable group. I think Liverpool will find it very tough to get out of that group, if I'm honest. There's a lot of tough fixtures there. Ajax, Napoli, Rangers, and you could say, oh, Liverpool probably the strongest team out of a lot of them, and I'd agree with you in that fact, but it's the fact that they have to play these strong teams every single week in the Champions League. I think that could build up. I see Ajax, Napoli and Rangers all giving Liverpool good games, and I just wonder, on a competitive basis, can they get through this group? What sort of mental toll is it going to take playing these tough European sides? I do fancy Liverpool to get through it in the end. I'm going to say they get through in the top two, but Rangers getting drawn in that group as well should be very interesting, away day and stuff. Napoli as well, Ajax, good teams, good teams. I know Ajax are without Ten Hag though, so might find it a bit tougher. But yeah, you fancy Liverpool to get through there. The next one, obviously that Atletico group was a bit boring, so I was like, nah, skip that. Group C, I'm looking forward to. Bayern, Barca, Inter and Victoria Pilsen. And poor Victoria Pilsen getting drawn to this group. It is the group of death. And yeah, it's going to be competitive between Bayern, Barca and Inter. It's hard to know who will get through there, but I think you'd fancy Bayern and Barca, but I kind of hope Barca don't get through after what they've been doing with Frankie de Jong and such. You do feel bad for him. Barca's sort of the villain in Europe now as a football team with everything that's going on. So I'd fancy Bayern and Inter to go through here. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to say Bayern and Inter go through. Group D, this is a great draw for Spurs. Frankfurt, Spurs, Sporting and Marseille. I think those are both very good away days, and I think those are very good teams to play against in the Champions League. Out of everything they could have got. They could have got Madrid, they could have got PSG, they got Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt won the Europa League and everything, but they have lost a few players, a bit of a depleted squad in Frankfurt. I know they lost Kostic and such, so it's going to be harder for Frankfurt this year, I think, and they lost 6-1 the first day to Bayern. I'd be very surprised to see them compete in this group. Sporting Lisbon, I know the lads are in Lisbon at the moment, so shout out to them. That's a good draw for them, and Marseille as well. Dimitri Payet. So I think those are good away days for Spurs, and I think they'll easily get through it, to be honest. I'd expect them to top the group there. Group E, AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg and Zagreb. I think this is a good result. This is a good draw for us. AC Milan, great away day, great European team with European pedigree, and it's good to see them at the top again. I know in the last few seasons they've been in the Champions League, but I remember teams growing up. I remember Ronaldinho, Kaká. They were the team to beat back in the day. AC Milan. They were the great team. Maldini, Nesta, all these great players. And now they're back. They're back to like that sort of level. They're not back to that top level yet, obviously, and it's going to be interesting to see how they get on this season. But yeah, you'd fancy us and AC Milan to go through there. Salzburg are going to be a tough team to play against as well. Don't get me wrong, they're a very tough team in that Austrian division. Group F, Madrid, Leipzig, Donetsk and Celtic. What a draw for Celtic that is. To be playing against Madrid, the European champions. It's going to be very interesting at Parkhead. What a draw. Yeah, you'd fancy Madrid, and I think Celtic can honestly get up ahead of Leipzig and Donetsk here to finish second in that group. I'd fancy Celtic's chances. Obviously you have Leipzig, who are a bit rocky in the last few seasons. Since they lost Nagelsmann, I don't think they've been as good. They lost a few players as well. They lost Werner, and Werner's back now. Werner is back, but are they as good as they were? I don't think so. So I'd almost say Celtic have a chance here. I don't think they will get through in the end. I think it could be Leipzig who get through. But I'd give Celtic a chance to get through ahead of Donetsk and Leipzig. Donetsk obviously going through some stuff at home. Don't mention the war, as they say. Don't mention the war. But yeah, I'd fancy Madrid, Leipzig here. And then Group G, you have City, Sevilla, Dortmund, Copenhagen. Good draw again for City. Dortmund aren't as good as they were. They've lost Haaland. Seville, I don't really rate them. It's a good away day. Copenhagen's a good away day. If Heineken did away days, it'd be Copenhagen. But yeah, I think that's a decent draw for City as well. So all in all, I think the last one was the PSG group, and they got Juventus. So I think you'd expect those two to get through. Benfica in that group as well, but nothing really to write home about in Group H. That was the Champions League draw. Not as drawn out as last year. I know they've obviously got a lot of abuse over the award stuff, so they did that at the end. This time they didn't do it during the pots, which was nice to watch. It was still very long at the start though. I think these things can be wrapped up in 20 minutes, honestly. They could. If they wanted, they could be wrapped up, but they don't do it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the draw. Obviously, me and Adzi will be back next week for a preview of an upcoming game from the following game week. I was going to upload an Arsenal Fulham preview that me and Dan did, but to be honest with you, that game is sort of shy. I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's not really many marquee games coming up this weekend, so I think I might just leave it. But there you go, Champions League draw, done, dusted, kaput, and that's it, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll leave it there, so peace.